gals, and for the holidays, we want to give a photo of them to family members in a frame that they made. Do you have suggestions for cheap materials to use that would be suitable for kids to work with? Yes. I have a lot of ideas. But let's start with the materials. So I would either use paper or clay. And you can kind of customize both of these options depending on what materials you have on hand and what you think is the best suited option for your kid. So if you are going the paper route, I would say there's a little more prep ahead of time for you as the parent. So I would do, you can keep it really easy and you could just use cardboard, and you can just cover the cardboard in something easy like yarn or pipe cleaners or anything like that. That would be something that I feel like would be really time consuming for a kid, or maybe they would get kind of bored doing. So that would be prep on your part. Also kind of a pain to cut all of those with a box cutter, but would be cheap, would be easy to do a lot of them. The other idea with paper would be to use paper straws and to use the method of kind of like popsicle sticks, if you've seen those where they're kind of like crossed over each other. But paper straws allows you to use really cute patterns. So you can use patterns, they have like metallic straws, all really fun, and then also super easy to cut down. So you could make it a really small frame. You can add, stack more if you want to make it a little bigger. I think a small one would be really fun because you could add a magnet to the back, and then this could just be something that you pop on the fridge, or you can add a little string. It can be an ornament. Lots of options there. If you don't have paper straws but you want like a similar method, because I'm kind of all about when I'm making something, I'm using what's in the house at that moment and I don't want to go into the store to get something. So if you are similar, and you don't have paper straws in your house, I would do paper tubes out of magazine pages. So you can look up like a similar method when you do paper beads, but basically you take like a pencil or a skewer and you like twist and you wrap the magazine page around it to make this paper tube. And then you can either flatten it, you can keep it a tube, but you can use basically the same exact method as making your paper straw frame. So that's super easy. I mean, kind of after that, you can do whatever you want. If you're comfortable with using hot glue, then you can let your kids hot glue beads and gems and buttons and all that stuff around it. They can paint it. Puffy paint is awesome. Or if you're not comfortable with hot glue, then I would say you can get pipe cleaners or string or yarn, whatever, and you can let them string all of their beads and then wrap it around the frame. And then I would just use something super simple like cardstock to kind of back it and then be able to add your frame in there. Just keeping it really lightweight, really simple. That's paper. Clay is also pretty easy and affordable, but that I would say your kids can be involved every step of the way. So you can either do a buy or a DIY. You can buy air dry clay. I've used DOS before. I just got the white version, but I know it does come in terracotta as well. And super easy. The kids can help you knead it. They can help you roll it out. All that super easy, really great for them to get involved. And then I would do, I would either find stuff if you don't have cookie cutters, like glasses or bowls or whatever, to help cut out the shapes, or use cookie cutters and just cut those out to make the frame. That's really easy because then you can also poke holes again to make like a string for them to hold it in, or poke holes so that they could add beads or bells and have stuff hanging from it. Lots of options. I mean, you can embellish to your heart's content. And then let them dry. With air dry clay, you just let it air dry. I think you could also, to speed it up, you can put it in the oven at a really low temperature. If you wanted to DIY a version, if you don't have air dry clay or just don't want to purchase it, you could use something like salt dough, which I think is literally salt, water, and flour. You can look on Pinterest or just Google it to get like an exact recipe with their ratios. But super easy, and the same thing, you either let it air dry or you can put it in the oven at a really low temperature, and same exact thing. You let it dry, you can let the kids paint it, you can let them do puffy paint, they can hot glue stuff, or you can let them string things around yarn, or even like a really thin wire would be good, or pipe cleaners, and they could wrap it around. I think that would be super fun and super cute. The clay for sure would make an excellent ornament. I mean, at that point, you don't even have to have a photo in there of them. I think just having their little creation would be a really great gift. So yeah, I hope this helped. I hope this gave you guys some ideas. If you have a burning craft question for me, then go to my website, emilymakestuff.com, and go to the contact page and fill out the form and ask me your question.